evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Halloween Horror Nights 25. I'm Jim Timon. I've met some of you before, some of you I haven't. I'd like the chance to meet with you tonight. And how many of you have been with us for a few years at this event? Some of us have been here a long, long time. We're happy to have you back with us tonight. 25 years is a big, big deal for us. It's very special because this event has grown and evolved over a quarter of a century. You know, back in 1991, we started, the other night I was having an opportunity to speak to a few people, and I said, back then in 91, it seemed like a good idea at the time. It was, you know, one haunted house, a couple of weekends, and now, 25 years later, and I'm a little biased when I say this, the biggest and the best Halloween event in the nation. Thank you. I'll pause for applause right there. And now, globalized, Universal Studios Florida, where we started out back in 91, we grew and we grew and we grew. We got bigger and bigger and bigger. And some of you were with us back in 2002 when the event jumped. We moved it then to Islands of Adventure. Again, seemed like a good idea at the time. I know. To Islands of Fear then. And it was great. That was an awesome event when we did that in 02. And we grew and we grew, and all of you, many of you were with us at the time when we grew that event. And we eventually got too big for Islands of Adventure. And then we kind of broke the wall between the parks, and we did kind of a multi-park kind of event for a while. And then we got bigger and bigger. And then in 2006, horror came home. And we brought the event back to Universal Studios. And that was big for us. That was awesome. And we've, again, continued to grow the event over the years. And as I said, you know, the best Halloween event in the nation. Well, Universal has globalized the event. Beyond Universal Florida, we've grown to Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Japan, Universal Studios Singapore. We want to take over the world with Halloween. That's our, that's our secret plan. I'm revealing the secret plan here, ladies and gentlemen.
Global domination.
And you know what's great about it? As you've seen over the years, we have incredible creative staff that work on Halloween Horror Nights, and some of whom I'm about to introduce to you now. Creative people, writers, directors, producers, technicians, artists, designers, stage managers, costumers, you name it, we've got it. And that's here on staff who create some of our incredible original content that goes into Halloween Horror Nights over the years. You met a clown a little while ago that was created here. But then we're also able to reach out and work with some of the greatest creative partners in the world, in the realms of film and television, who come to us and collaborate with us and bring their great creative minds and genius to Halloween Horror Nights. And so we take our creative people here and we're able to collaborate with them and build this event into something over 25 years we never dreamed it could have been in 1991. And we have all of you that make that journey with us. And thanks for being here tonight. We couldn't have done it without you and all of the people that you bring with you that read everything that you write, that view everything that you produce. And we just thank you so much for being here with us on a special night, 25 years. Man, I feel old. But that's my introduction and welcome. My job now is to shut up and turn the microphone over to a guy whose heart and soul is truly in this event and truly behind it. Our Director of Creative Development for the Entertainment Division at Universal Orlando. Many of you know him and love him, Mr. Michael Aiello, who will take you through Halloween Horror Nights 25.
25 years, Halloween Horror Nights. I've been a part of this event in some capacity since the very first year. My dad and I came to this event the first few years from 91 all the way to 96 when I started working here at JAWS. And then I was, a character, a chainsaw drill team. And so, again, this event has been really kind of a part of my core for as long as I can remember. And to be standing here representing an amazing team of people, as Jim mentioned, that are creating this event is truly humbling and a great honor. But I'm gonna be brief here on our content because we got a lot of show going on tonight. So we're going to get to that. But we're going to run through the maze content first, okay? All of our haunted houses this year. 9 total mazes this year. More than we've ever done in the history of the event. 5 mazes based around intellectual properties, TVs and films that that horror fans love, that we love, as well as 4 original-based mazes, our content, characters that we've created, that we've developed, environments that we've been able to weave and create into something very, very, very cool. So first up, we're going to talk about, this is unprecedented for us, a 4-time collaboration with AMC Networks and The Walking Dead. It is back. Let's hear it. We've had a really great collaboration with AMC and individuals connected with the show that you will meet later on tonight. But this maze this year is all centered around Season 5. So that's been the cool thing about working with that brand, is that we've been able to create a maze literally around a season that has just ended. So that's what we've done. Last year we did Walking Dead, we ended at Terminus. It literally stopped there. This year we're picking up right where we left off. You're showing up at Terminus, you're going to take the survivor's journey through key moments and environments of Season 5. You're going to see Terminus, you're going to see the food bank, you're going to see the church, you're going to go into the barn during the tornado, you're going to see the aftermath. So again, every step of the way. It's going to end right where the series ended. That food truck with all the crazy rock music blaring out of it. We're going to put the guests inside that as the finale. So again, a step-by-step recreation of Season 5. Very, very proud of it. Moving on, next maze. Okay, these guys are near and dear to most horror fans' hearts. And you're either a really good Freddy fan or you're a really good Jason fan. And those lines never cross. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. But we're bringing Freddy versus Jason to life once again at Halloween Horror Nights. We worked with this brand back in 2007 during Jack's Carnival of Carnage. We did a maze separately. So we had a maze based on Freddy and one based on Jason. Well, this year, we want to bring those guys together. The maze is literally divided into thirds. You're going to go through Camp Crystal Lake, to scale. Jason's going to attack you every step of the way. Jason is freaking huge. I'm 6'2", okay? I walked through the other night during employee briefing and was like, Jason. Second third, okay, so this is the cool part. So you're in Camp Crystal Lake. Then the nightmare realm begins to take over. And the maze right in the middle literally opens up. And you're standing in front of, to scale, 1428 Elm Street. You're going to see the girls with the jump rope. You're going to hear the song. You're going to walk through the front door of 1428 Elm and then enter Freddy's realm. He's going to attack you every step of the way. And the last third is what the title is all about. It's the versus portion of Freddy versus Jason. You're going to see these 2 Goliaths of horror go at it. And we've got a lot of ways we're doing that. Live interaction, we've got some video elements that have them doing things that we couldn't possibly achieve live that will then blend back into live action elements. So again, we're really going to pay off the versus portion of that title. Very excited about it. It's Freddy and Jason. I mean, it's a dream come true to play with those characters. Next up. Oh, all right. We have not worked with this brand before. Very successful maze done in Hollywood several years ago. We have it this year. We're doing a maze based on the franchise Insidious. And you're going to see scenes from all 3 of the Insidious films. And much like we've done in the past with mazes like Evil Dead or Cabin in the Woods, we're going to give you the highlights of this franchise. You're going to walk through and be attacked by the lipstick demon. You're going to see the bride in black. This is one of our tent mazes, but again, we've evolved those tents over the years. You can't really tell you're inside a tent. The environments in here are amazing. At one point, it's going to open the facade for this maze. We built an actual house outside of the tent. It's enormous. When you go inside, you're going to see this amazing living room from Insidious 2. The wallpaper, this is nitpicky, really geeky stuff. But we couldn't find the right wallpaper, that it didn't exist. So we built it in Photoshop and made sure all the walls look identical to the film. The curtains are the same.
It was really expensive to do that.
That's going to come out of my pay, I know it. That's okay, that's all right. But yeah, so it's a paranormal maze, which are always fun because it's a completely different texture than we normally do for, like, let's say, going through some kind of chainsaw environment. It's quieter. The house is creaking. You're hearing some songs that are featured in Insidious. So it's a really great maze, a lot of fun. Next up, the Purge. This was our most popular scare zone last year. We had it in New York. We obliterated New York with the Purge. We felt this year, let's make it a maze. Let's figure it out. So we're going to walk into environments and themes that are right out of that film. Everyone's in the maze is going to be able to express their right to release the beast and purge. So you're going to be in residential environments. You're going to be in the kill room environments. You're going to be attacked by the gangs that are in Purge 2. So every step of the way, again, recreating moments and characters that you'll recognize from that brand. Exciting. It's intense. It's a heavy metal, hard rock kind of maze. Next. So we've never, ever, ever brought a maze back identically the way we did it originally. We broke that rule for the first time for our 25th anniversary. We really felt if there was ever a year to do this, it's 25. And the maze we chose is a maze that is truly dear to our hearts. It's a maze that we worked on for years to try and create. Finally, in 2013, we were able to work with an amazing man, John Landis, who helped us bring to life an American werewolf in London. And it's back. And those wolves have never looked better. Safe to say, in the original maze, we did a great job. We were really happy with it. The wolves were created and sculpted using amazing photo reference we were provided. But we didn't have the real molds. This year, we rebuilt them from the ground up. Working with amazing makeup artists, we acquired the original molds and built these wolves from the ground up. They have never looked more authentic than they do right now. And they are ready and they are hungry. An amazing maze. Who's seen that maze in the past? How many people in here? Yeah. Amazing maze. There's a couple new things we added to it that I won't reveal. You'll see when you go through. There may be an additional wolf somewhere, I don't know. But I'm really, really happy with it. You're going into the slaughtered lamb, you're going to be attacked by the wolf, you're going to see the transformation scene, you're going to go through Piccadilly, you're going to see the finale, again, step by step, all the way through. Really, really happy with it. Next up, into the original content. Something that was really important for our 25th year is that we paid respect and homage to the characters and environments that, frankly, the fans of the event made popular. And this is true. And Body Collectors is a perfect example of this. Body Collectors was a character that was created in the final year we were in Islands of Adventure in 2005. They are these quiet, suited figures, perpetual smile, and their only purpose is to invade an area and collect body parts. Hence the title, really creative title on there. But this year we wanted to present them in a new way. We actually wanted to blend some thematics together that we hadn't done before. There's another brand called Psychoscarapy that we developed, and an asylum called Shady Brook. This year, for the first time, the Body Collectors are invading a version of Shady Brook set in the late 1800s during a blizzard. The Body Collectors invade this incredibly beautiful and gothic environment. This maze truly is gorgeous. It's always an odd term to use when relating to horror, but it really is. It's a gorgeous maze, and these guys are doing their thing. Spine Girl is back. If anybody remembers that room we've done in the past, it's this amazing operating theater surrounded by the collectors, and at its center is a poor victim whose spine is being ripped out before your very eyes by one of the collectors. You're going to see that. Gorgeous maze, really gory, gothically beautiful. Moving on. Run, Blood, Sweat, and Fears. Another franchise we've done from our past. This one's a lot of fun. This is over in our the San Francisco area of the park. This is a maze that is also near and dear because the themes are something. Charles Gray is our show director. He's standing in the back over here. Let's give him a round of applause. So in developing Run, we thought, okay, let's take the title, let's really set it in a kind of 1980s type feel. Let's place guests in a game show called Run. This kind of mirrors some thematics we developed years ago when this maze first existed. It's a 1980s game show that is watched worldwide where unwilling participants are forced through a gauntlet of Reapers. And this maze is one of those mazes where we'll develop characters, these Reaper assassins that we've developed, all unique, all individual, and then we develop rooms to fit the character. So as the guests walk through, they're experiencing many different environments around these Reaper assassins. A lot of fun, has a very 1980s type feel, even down to the music, how it's scored. It's very kind of, John Carpenter-y, Casio keyboard type textures and things like that. A lot of fun. Moving on. We have Asylum in Wonderland. Thank you. Yeah. This was a scare zone back in 2008. Extremely popular. This year we decided let's take those characters and that type of thematic, let's throw it into a maze and apply some of the 3D technology that we've developed over the past 25 years. And I can safely say, if you've been to a 3D maze of ours in the past, this is the most layered and intricate 3D maze we've ever done. And it's all in the world of our twisted version of the Alice in Wonderland fairy tale. You're going to see this version of the White Rabbit, but it's more asylum penitentiary-esque. We've got dodo birds, these monstrous dodo bird creatures, literally on trampolines while you're walking through the maze. We've got some video effects in here of the Red Queen. All kinds of things we're doing to really, really F with you, frankly. The vortex is in there, so if you've experienced the vortex in the past, it's never looked better. We've never leaned more left and right going through this thing than we have this year. So we're very excited about it. Moving on. And finally, as far as our maze content's concerned, we felt there needed to be one maze that was able to encapsulate 25 years of Horror Nights history, and that's Jack Presents 25 years of monsters and mayhem. This is the longest maze in the event because we had a lot of things to cram into it. You're going to experience characters and environments over our past 25 years, from Scary Tales environments to the Caretaker's Mortuary to an entire section devoted to the classic monsters. Frankenstein, Wolfman, Dracula, Phantom of the Opera, you're going to see them all. Jack is bringing all this together, so he's making surprise appearances throughout the maze. Exciting maze, gorgeous maze. It's in our Soundstage 21 facility. Let's move on to the scare zones real quickly. Scare zones this year, over in San Francisco, All Night Die-In, another popular franchise. Two versions of this zone, depending on when you go through the night. At one point, this zone is going to look completely black and white with only classic characters. Norman Bates, the classic monsters. The zombies that are very Night of the Living Dead-esque will be in there. If you go a different time of the night, all colorized. You're going to see contemporary characters. Characters from The Strangers, or maybe even Freddy and Jason out there, which is also a first for us to actually present them outside of a maze. So moving on, next zone, rounding the bend over into New York, taking the inmates of Psychoscarabia and letting them loose to wreak havoc on a very serene and traditional city block party. Their bus crashed. They spilled out into the streets and have literally taken over the streets of New York. It is literally nuts out there. It's amazing. We've got all kinds of vignettes going. There's a show moment with a psychotic nurse and a really, really freaky costume contest that goes on periodically throughout the night. A lot of fun out there. We've got projections in some of the windows of New York where you're going to see people meet their unfortunate demise in the windows of the facades. All kinds of stuff going on. It's crazy. Next up, we are in Central Park, which has never looked better. Central Park, we have the Gog and Magog pumpkin totems that kind of border either end of this zone. As you're walking through, pumpkins and jars occupy the entire length of Central Park. It's beautiful. Inside are the more traditional elements of Halloween. Pumpkin characters, bats, spiders. We've developed a new character in there, these kind of insane and morbid fairies that will occupy the zone. It's what you really picture traditional and more authentic Halloween. We've got it all in Central Park. Next up, Scary Tales Scream Punk. This is an Avenue of the Stars. It's exactly what it says. We're taking fairy tale characters and doing our Horror Nights twist on them and presenting them in a very steampunk-esque look. So you're going to see the Tin Man, you're going to see Cinderella, you're going to see Snow White. Again, these fairy tale characters, but with our twist on them. And we're really taking those fairy tales and making them scary tales. Ah, it's brilliant. Next one. In Hollywood, if there was a zone that encapsulates 25 years of Halloween Horror Nights, it's this one. This is our icon zone. The major feature of this one, we have 4 elaborate vignettes that have been constructed by a guy named Nick Collins and show directed by Laura Wallace. They are these vignettes for 4 of the icons: storyteller, usher, director, and caretaker. Throughout the night, you're going to see them do what they do best, and these elaborate kill moments that occur. Many of them are recreating the commercials that aired the years those icons were created. In between those vignettes are all the characters that we can call truly iconic. Again, these are characters that our fans have made important. We're occupying the zone with tens, I think we've got 50-something people in that zone. It's amazing. So again, you're going to see a really great representation of our past. In our show content this year, of course, you can't have Halloween Horror Nights without Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. Now, I know every year I say there's the title, and I don't tell you anything about it. I'm going to do the same thing this year. You have to just see it. All right? I don't want to give anything away from that show because it just ruins it. You want to experience the cold. And then the final show we have this year. So you've experienced Hollywood. You've seen our icon vignettes. And then literally the environment opens up and reveals The Carnage Returns, which is this amazing main stage show that's been developed, show directed by Patrick Braillard. Amazing show. Jack is the ringmaster of this show, finding his maniacs. How many maniacs do we have in the crowd tonight? Yeah. You're going to be one amongst many out there as Jack celebrates the kill, and we create these very elaborate kill-based illusion gags as Jack rips and maims and victimizes unsuspecting victims live on stage right before your very eyes. It's pyro, it's metal, it's fire. It's a rock show with Carnage and Jack the Clown.
It's charming, though.
It's also very charming. Sweet and serene, you're gonna love it. And that's our show content this year. But you guys are going to experience this tonight, and everyone, our opening night, is going to experience all these amazing things that we've taken over a year to develop and present to the greatest fans in the world of Halloween Horror Nights. But instead of me talking about it, I'm going to end with a brief video of our employee preview we did this past night that will give you an amazing visual peek at what Halloween Horror Nights 25 has to offer. Roll it.